Good morning. We completed the representation of stack using linked list. The functions are push, pop, and now traversing or display the nodes of a stack using linked list, or simply traversing, because why we call it as traversing. In linked list we have to move from first node to last node. That's why we call it as traversing. Simply we have to display all the nodes present in the stack, that is display function. Display all the nodes of a stack needs traversing all the nodes of the linked list organized in the form of stack. For this purpose we need to the following steps. First one, copy the head pointer into the temporary pointer. First one, the step one is copy the head pointer. See, we have a head node. First node is connected with the head node, and second node is connected with first node, and third node is connected with the second node, like that. At the end there is a null pointer which always represents the end of the linked list. So here the head pointer is copied into a temporary pointer, and move the temporary pointer through all the nodes of the list and print the value field attached to every node. See, each and every node contains two fields. One is value field and second one is next field. Value field always contains the data, and next field contains the address of the next node. Already we saw the structure of a node and how can we connect those nodes from one to another. Okay, right. Here time complexity is order of n. Why we say order of n means if the list contains n number of nodes, the time complexity to traverse or to reach each and every node of n, then it takes n time. So it takes order of n. One more time. Display is nothing but a traversing. If you want to display all the nodes present in the linked list or stack, linked stack, we need to traverse each and every node. For that purpose we have to copy the head node to a temporary pointer, and we have to move each and every node and copy the value and display it. Here you observe the program carefully. A void display in integer I is one variable of type integer. Struct node ptr is a variable of type pointer. Why? Because on the head of ptr we have a star that always represent the pointer variable. Ptr equal to head. Okay, initially we assign head to ptr. Head is assigned to ptr, and if ptr equal to null, see, you have to observe the difference of fifth and sixth step. In fifth step we feel head is a ptr, I mean head is assigned to ptr, but in sixth step ptr equal to null. That means we have to compare ptr value is equal to null or not. Means if ptr value is equal to null, then it is true. Then simply it prints stack is empty. I mean there is no nodes present in the stack, and there is no way to print the elements in the stack simply. Okay, if the stack doesn't contains any elements, is it possible to print? No, obviously. So before going to apply the display function, we have to check whether the stack is empty or not. If it is empty, simply we print stack is underflow or stack is empty. So the condition for checking whether the stack is empty or not is if pointer, means already in fifth step PTR is assigned to head, that is nothing but head equal to null. Here sixth step PTR equal to null means head equal to null. Head equal to null means head doesn't contains any elements, then there are no elements in the stack. Simply print stack is empty. Else means suppose if that condition is false, I mean stack contains some elements. Equal to null means no elements. Equal to null కాదు అంటే ఏంటి? ఇట్ కంటైన్స్ సమ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్. ఈక్వల్ టు నల్ అంటే ఎలిమెంట్స్ లేవు అని అర్థం. ఈక్వల్ టు నల్ కాదు అంటే ఏంటి? ఏదో కొన్ని ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి అనేది. ఓకే, ప్రింటింగ్ స్టాక్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ వైల్ ptr నాట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు నల్ అయ్యే వరకు ఇక్కడ హియర్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ ఏ లూప్. Hope you know the purpose of loops. For repeating a particular statement, we have to use looping statements. They are while, do while, for. Okay. Here we want to print all the elements present in the stack. So it needs a loop. So print f %d/n. See here ptr2 value, forward arrow, that is called 2. We called in regular language ptr2 value. Suppose if it is a structure, we can structure variable, you write it as a ptr dot value. But here ptr is a pointer variable. So for accessing the pointer variable value, we need to write ptr2 value, and ptr2 is equal to ptr2 next. Mean first node we have to print first node value, and again ptr is transferred from first node to second node, and it prints second node, again third, fourth, up to whenever the ptr value reach it to null, ptr2 next value reach it to null, then it stops to print. So by using this function, we have to print all the elements present in the stack. Okay, this is a linked representation of displaying all the nodes present in the stack. Okay, next, what are the applications of stack? Applications of stack. Here major applications of stack are expression conversion and expression evolution and recursion. Okay, we have to know about recursion in our C language. Here we have to know expression conversion and expression evolution. Before going to know about these applications, first of all we need to know what is expression and what are the different types of expressions, and what is how to convert one expression into another expression, and how to evaluate some expressions. Hope you know evolution means solve like. So we see here one by one. The way to write arithmetic expression is known as notation. In general, arithmetic expression or expression can be represented as the combination of operators and operands. Simple definition for an expression is arithmetic, whatever the not only in arithmetic expression, we have to called it as an expression is the combination of operators and operands. See here, an arithmetic expression can be written in the three different but equivalent notations without changing the essence or out of an expression. These notations are infix. See, some of them are called them as a notation or expression. Both are same. Expression is the combination of operators and operands. Suppose a plus b plus c into d. It is an expression, arithmetic expression, which contains a, b, c, d are operands. Operand is nothing but capable of storing values, right? Next, operator, plus, into, minus, division, these are called operators. So whenever an expression, whenever we have to combine the operators and the operands, or a group of operators and operands is called expression, or combination of operators and operands is called expression. Example, a plus b into c by d. A plus b into c by d. Here operators are plus, minus, multiplication symbol and division symbol. These are called operators. A, B, C, D are operands. Okay, that is an expression. Here we have three different types of expressions or three different types of notations. Those are called infix notation, prefix notation, and postfix expression. Instead of representing notation, we call them as expression. There is no problem. Infix, prefix, and postfix. See, prefix notation is also called as a Polish notation, and postfix notation is also called as reverse Polish notation. Reverse Polish notation. First one, these notations are named as how they use operators in expression. We shall learn the same here in this chapter. Here first infix expression. Infix expression, simple. The operators are placed in between the operands, then that expression is called as infix expression. In, I mean middle, in between, inside. Okay, operators are placed in between the operands, then it is called infix notation. See, we write expression in infix notation. Example, a minus b into b plus c, where operators are used in between operands. It is easy for us humans to read, write and speak in infix notation, but the same does not go well through computing devices. See, a plus b into c, it is called as infix notation. It is very easy to understand the humans as well to observe or speak. But when comes to computer point of view, it is not good for evaluation. Okay, for computer point of view, an algorithm to process infix notation could be difficult and costly in terms of time and space consumption. So for the purpose of computing means solve. For the purpose of solving infix expression, computer takes huge amount of time as well as takes huge amount of space. So it is somewhat difficult or we call it as not an easy. Okay, so we have to use prefix notation. See, prefix notation we also call is Polish notation. Polish is nothing but Polish is a name of a famous mathematician. He found a notation. We can also place the operators before the operands. That's why we named it as a Polish notation. Okay, I hope you understand. Polish and ayana oka pedda mathematician. He said operators are also placed before the operands, and that expression is called as prefix notation. See here, in this notation, operator is prefixed to operands. That means operators is written ahead of operands. For example, plus AB. Actually A plus B can be written as plus AB. Operator is placed before the operand, before ahead or before the operand. This equivalent to its infix notation is A plus B. A plus B ni plus AB ga raste danni prefix notation antam. Prefix notation is also known as Polish notation. Polish notation. A Polish anayana oka mathematician, he found a notation that is operators also placed before the operands. It is possible. Okay, next, postfix expression. Postfix expression is also called as a reverse Polish notation. Reverse Polish ante before, reverse Polish ante after. Okay, in this notation style, the operators is postfixed. Post and pre ante before, post ante after. Tarvata pre ante before, post ante after. The operands. The operator is written after the operands. For example, AB plus. This is equivalent to its infix notation of A plus B. Okay. Hope you understand. Once again, infix, prefix and postfix. These are infix expression, prefix expression, postfix expression, or infix notation, prefix notation or postfix notation. Infix is operators are always in between the operands. Example is A plus B. This is an example of infix notation. In between A and B, A plus B. Next, prefix notation. Pre means pre means before. Operators are placed before the operands. This is also called as Polish notation. Why a Polish notation is necessary means, whenever we use a infix expression, it is happy to humans for reading or seeing, but when comes to solving that expression or notation by computer, it is somewhat difficult to compute. It takes a huge amount of space as well as time. So to avoid that, a famous mathematician Polish introduced a new notation which is called prefix notation. In prefix notation, operators are placed before the operands, and the computation is very easy for the computer for prefix notations. So plus AB is a best example for prefix notation. That is, instead of placing plus in between A and B, we have to place the plus to before AB. And reverse Polish notation means opposite, means postfix. Post means after. So operator is placed after the operand, that is AB plus. that is called postfix notation. Okay.